Arrowverse is known for having some notable antagonists of all times. However, there have been a few notable flops that have created loopholes in the plot. While one may cringe hard at how these characters were displaced in certain timelines, some of them have been unnecessarily written into the show's plot. So without any further ado, here are the top 10 lamest villains of the Arrowverse. Number 10. Cyborg Superman. It must be hard to digest this senseless version of that Hank Henshaw, played by David Harewood, appeared on Supergirl. But what seems laughable is the fact that the character was named Cyborg Superman, processing the sluggish design putting shame to the original DC Comics character. The fact that John fought with an agent of Cadmus seemed incredibly short-sighted. However, the unique personality has a long history in the DC Comics, unlike the wasted plot shown on the TV series. Number 9. Nan. Though the first season of Supergirl had one of the most surprising storylines, including the presence of Zor-El, Kara's aunt, however, it was her husband, Nan, that led to the downfall of the season. Everything was running smoothly until Nan became the primary antagonist of the series. After Astra's death, Nan tried to carry on her legacy of being the villain, which seemed ludicrous. Of course, no one can top Lex Luthor as the primary antagonist in the Superman storyline. Have we seen Nan since season 1 finale? Nope, not really. Are we okay with that? Absolutely. Number 8. Sabotage. We all have loved the Grant Gustin star The Flash for being the most stunning TV series in the DCEU. However, season 3 seemed to have gone dark very quickly. The show introduced a different evil speedster, just like Barry. We all love Gustin as the Flash, however, Sabotage is a disastrous character. Killing the love of Barry Allen's life was not just senseless, but pure idiocy. Iris deserves better than this. Number 7. Cupid. Cupid is one of the most irritating characters of the Arrowverse. Carrie Cutter, bothersome since the day she debuted on Arrow. Harley Quinzel definitely did it better than her. Though the comics do not accurately showcase her stupid character, the series doesn't make her any less annoying. Number 6. Agent Liberty. Supergirl is known for having lame villains as featurettes, which brings us to our next trivial villain. Ben Lockwood, aka Agent Liberty, has a hatred towards aliens from outer space, which brings us to our next point, whereby the plot was ripped apart by introducing Liberty. Though we have got amazing stories related to aliens using Ben during the Children of the Liberty storyline was mediocre. Fans wish they would have gotten more out of the series. Number 5. Damian Darhk. Damian Darhk, played by Neil McDonough, is surprising that he is one of the agonists to end up on the list of lame villains. Fans have hated him to extents thanks to being a dull character during the Arrow Season 4. Along with being a magical force, the man murdered Laurel Lance, aka Black Canary. Oh, he was undoubtedly a lousy guy, alright. But what was foolish was inviting him to play his part in Legends of Tomorrow for 2 seasons. That was ill-advised and made him very monotonous. Number 4. Longbow Hunters. Arrow introduced the Longbow Hunters, who were frankly very dull and had zero correspondence to the Green Arrow comics. There weren't many modifications given to the characters. However, they played their part well by getting beaten up by the hero. The comic book versions of the group had one of the most memorable moments in the Arrow universe. In reality, it was a setback to seem how it was a setback to see the characters being portrayed sloppily. Number 3. Rain. Rain, who is known for being associated with the name Wordkiller, certainly didn't live up to her name during her cameo in Supergirl Season 3. As per the comics, Rain is someone who can kill the Girl of Steel. Even though Rain played her part very well by being her human counterpart, Sam, but the ending was least satisfactory. The show could have quickly adopted the storyline of death and return of Supergirl, but nah, we believe in the same old cliche of how good wins against all evil. By the time the season finale was launched, Rain was already forgotten. Number 2. Ras al Ghul. The one DCEU character that was most hyped for is Ras al Ghul, played by Matt Nable. He is supposed to be one of the craziest antagonists in the Batman series, but it turns out the character was such a disaster. Ras is one of the scarier Batman villains in all DC Comics, but the tone felt stupid and out of order. The character was portrayed by a Caucasian actor avoiding his actual identity in the comics. Number 1. Sieta and Sieta 2. The Flash is known for being one of the most successful shows in the DC universe, yet one thing is still unclear as to how can such a fantastic show fail at the portrayal of the most significant villains of all time. Well, if you consider that as a failure, thinks of The Flash is a significant disappointment with the collapse of not just one, but 2 Sietas. Thought the second version was an improvement over the first? It wasn't any less satisfying. Well, we do hope somewhere Ciedas have their redemption. Well, there you have it. There's the top 10 lamest villains, and we appreciate you, so hit that like button, hit subscribe for more awesome content from Animated Times.